What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's the week after Thanksgiving. Belly's full. I'm a few pounds over what I used to be, but we don't need to talk about that. We need to add a few cars between now and the end of the year, so we're gonna be doing that today, but this one is gonna be a little bit different. And what better silver car to take today than that one, Kimi. We're waiting on spark plugs and we're doing a valve cover on this one because it has a slight leak, but still okay to drive. And it's hybrid, so good gas mileage. So the car we're gonna go look at today is a 2013 Toyota Yaris in the LE trim. So we're expecting it to have cooler things like power doors, windows, mirrors, and maybe cruise control. I know it has Bluetooth, which is great. And of course, this car is being sold from a small, tiny dealer all the way out in like North Fort Worth. It's an hour away and it's a nice gloomy day, so hopefully we won't run into traffic on the way there or on the way back. Okay, so far while driving it, we have a bad TPMS sensor, and getting up to speed, we can hear a hum in the back, which is wheel bearings, which I've actually done wheel bearings on our 2014 Yaris that we already have. Auto parts. Ow!
There's nothing in there.
Nothing in there?
No. Yeah, it's not showing any codes or...
No passes? Nothing? Cool. Can you print that? Another thing too is looking on the side of this car, it shows no accidents except for something that was a minor thing in the front. But look at this. This is all pitting from Bondo. She said they repainted this entire car because it was flaking. That doesn't sound right. I think there was some damage on the front, but they decided to repaint the entire vehicle so it all matched. But they definitely did repairs. And this bumper has damage on it pre-existing and some scrapes, but also doesn't go on right.
Oh, there's also a dent right here on the side of it. Caved in.
There?
Yeah.
This has body dust. So this is something that I always say to look out for. I know it was repainted recently because it showed that the car had gotten into a wreck in 2022. It just damage reported, and the front of it just had a minor amount of damage. But this is all body shop dust. This is from people sanding down with the doors open, and then they paint over it, and then it gives this kind of really bad sheen. So these are clues to look out for, because look at all this. They didn't bother vacuuming at all. This is all body shop dust just sitting in there. All right, so overall, car looks good. Not the biggest fan of damage, but at least it's been repaired and it's not just broken.
Your stomach? Aww.
He's fine.
They don't feed me.
You literally ate.
You guys are brothers. You guys don't look alike.
Yeah, different. Same mom, different dad. I got the brown dad and he got the white dad.
Yeah.
Woo! That was a long drive. So let's give you the tour. So starting off, this car is just in immaculate condition. As you can see, the seats are this nice blue. I think they're originally black, but the sun has stained the color of it to be a little bit bluish hue. Our other Yaris also have that kind of same issue. But for the most part, this car is actually in really good condition. So aside from just the roof needed to be vacuumed, also a lot of this side. Thankfully, this doesn't look like it was a smoker's car, so there's no holes in the seats or anything, but we're still gonna clean it nonetheless. We wanna start from a base zero. Just a lot of dirt and nooks and crannies, and actually a lot of body shop dust still in this car from whenever they sanded down and painted it. Back seat also in really good condition. Even though this is a two-door vehicle, it still has four-seater interior room. So even with that seat press in an actually really good area, I have a lot of room back here for parties. 5 people. And this trim level is LE, which is arguably one of the nicest trims that you can get for the Toyota Yaris. Sure, it doesn't have leather, it does have sport bucket seats, but it has things like steering wheel buttons, has cruise control, and it has power windows, doors, and mirrors, which is something that not a lot of other Yarises have. Some would say that this is the luxury trim of Yaris. Now this car actually is one of the nicest looking cars in our fleet because it just got recently repainted, and that's due for a couple of reasons. On this driver's side, even the seller admitted this car did have a bit of damage. As you can see right here, this paint job and this repair doesn't look that professional. They ended up putting a bit of body filler, what we call Bondo, in the body business, and they just spread it all the way across here because if I had to guess, this was probably has some deep scratches or grooves or even a dent. All sounds metally. A little deeper tone right here, and we can see some of the scratches and imperfections underneath the paint. If the body man took his time and sanded this down with finer sand grits and then ended up laying down his paint, we probably wouldn't really notice, but this entire vehicle has been repainted and it's not the best paint job. You can see bits of trash in the paint and runs and fish eyes, but it looks great nonetheless. Now additionally, these are 2 new headlights, but as you can tell, they're not really brand spanking new, and that's because the seller did not replace these headlights. It was from a previous incident this vehicle was involved in, which we did see on the Carfax, and it actually showed it as minor damage, which means the total of it must not have been that much. However, the fact that both headlights are replaced and the bumper cover was replaced means that it was probably bad enough, or it was just impacted right here. So thankfully they did repaint everything. I'm not sure how good the paint job was previously, but it all actually looks still factory. So interior needs a cleaning, the outside definitely needs a cleaning as well, but for all intents and purposes, it's in great shape. Let's talk about what this car needs mechanically. Looking through the Carfax, there wasn't the biggest history for oil changes recently. However, this car does have Firestone maintenance done. It has a Firestone sticker in the windshield. They're using STP oil filters, which Todd used to work at a Firestone and said this is Firestone written all over it, which is good because that means this car's been taken care of, and the battery is even a battery that Firestone would typically use. The battery is actually only a year old. The engine air filter was just recently replaced. Let's take a look at tires. The tires are in alarmingly great shape. They're not brand new, they're about 1 year old. However, they still have 9/32 of tread left. So for all intents and purposes, new tires. And it's not just this one tire. All 4 tires are matching Falcon Pro G5 LMNOP tires. So they're all replaced likely at the same time. And the alignment is pretty spot on. Driving down the road, it drove straight. Probably still gonna have it checked just to make sure that the toe isn't a little off, but this car drives primo. This back bumper does have a little indentation right here and it's sagging a little bit, so we'll have to adjust this bumper and get it to stay a little bit better so it just looks nicer. And while driving at highway speeds, we suspect that there's a rear wheel bearing that needs to be replaced. I actually just replaced it on our other identical year Yaris, and it was a piece of cake, so knock on plastic, should be easy. And lastly, the tire pressure light is flashing whenever you start the vehicle, indicating that one or more of the tire pressure sensors is not functioning correctly. So we gotta figure out which one needs to get replaced, or multiple. The Facebook Market ad showed this car at $4,999. We got to the car and then it said $4,899 plus TT&L. With my expert negotiating, we got this 2013 Toyota Yaris for only $4,900 out the door. Now here's the big reveal. This is not going out onto Turo. I repeat,
Not for Turo.
we have a different idea for this car, so stay tuned to what we do with this one. And as always guys, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Nice.